Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Home court advantage goes to the Rockets playing here in Houston. So the New York starting five. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then it's Vujacic. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Calderon in at the point guard.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
Dishes it to Vujacic. Porzingis passes to Lopez. He feeds it to Vujacic. And that one goes long.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number one of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
For New York, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's Harden with the drive. Misses from short range.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Vujacic dishes to Carmelo. The turnaround jumper. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Porzingis passes to Vujacic. And that one's good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
It's Harden with the drive and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And Beverly kicks to Montejunas. No good. Good D by Lopez.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Kicks to Montejunas. It's Harden with the drive. Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. He reflects the Rockets system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
Aaron Aflalo. He's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. The Rockets trail. Harden outside, and it's sent back by Lopez. But they recover it. Feeds to Ariza. Goes back up. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Here's Aflalo. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Aflalo's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
The kick out to Lopez. Just 3 to shoot. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Ariza. Got a piece of it. They recover it. Second shot opportunity. And the layup good by Beverly.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Trevor Ariza. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. Langston Galloway's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon. And it's Terry off the drive. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Passes it to Brewer. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Now here's Serafin. He's whistled for the 5-second back-to-the-basket violation. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for Houston. And it's Terry off the drive. Nice D from Williams. The Knicks have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. No good from Grant. Houston in the lead. And there's Jason Terry on the assist from Corey Brewer.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Here's Williams. Off on the layup.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
They've got Beasley. McDaniels is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Monty Eunice is checked in for the Rockets. Harden comes in for KJ McDaniels. And New York with a change here, too. Sasha Vujicic is checked in for Aaron Aflalo. Off the inbound pass. His 5th miss. Out 2 for 7 from the floor. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Good on the 3-point shot. Anthony's got his first 3 points of the game. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Houston.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way. And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
And the Rockets making a change here. Howard's checked in. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for New York. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Knicks trail by 3. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And, Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Here's Harden, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Take a look at what Harden's been doing. He has 9 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
Well, you think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second-guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreek Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. It's rebounded by New York.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Now here's Anthony. Stolen by Harden. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Derek Williams, he checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Sasha Vujicic.
There we go, fans. Keep it going for your Rockets Power Dancers.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And the basket by Harden.
And, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract. But it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny.
Deep 2 from Anthony. Not enough on that one as it misses. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And, guys, when you talk to other players on the Rockets, James Harden more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination, but that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Daniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terrian for Patrick Beverly. Here's Grant. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Brewer, good.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
And a lot of teams shy away from that mid-range, but if you can get them off of rhythm, then you can have success.
Here's Howard, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Capella following the score by New York. Here's Brewer. Rebound by Williams.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Calderon following the miss by Jason Terry. No good from Grant.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
To the paint. Here's Brewer. The layup off target.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And so that's the end of the first half. Houston on top, up 9. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Anthony. Calderon is out there with Vujicic. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Porzingis in the power forward's position. And he gets it to go. Lopez has got 9 points.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, he looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, man. His body betrays him.
And New York making a change here. Galloway's checked in.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy. Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there. Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
Timeout called the Rockets. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And that is good.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Howard dishes to Hart. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
And so it's New York with it. Harden missing his last shot. Here's Lopez. And that one is hammered home.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long. Kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. And a switcher also for New York. Aflalo's checked in.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries that the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Corey Brewer checked in for Trevor Ariza. Then for the Knicks, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Porzingis. Derek Williams comes in for Sasha Vujacic. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. And that one's good. Beverly.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Serafin the pass to Williams. Down low. Tries it from 9. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Kept alive. The second effort. And that one's good. Beverly. And it's a 12-point Rocket lead.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Intercepted. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Oh, and the dunk by Brewer.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark now. To do it. At rim.
New York calls timeout.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness that's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending in the half court or transition.
Jose Calderon, he's checked in for New York.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Capella. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That's his first foul. Houston making some changes. Monty Eunice is checked in for Beasley. KJ McDaniels comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Porzingis, he's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Afflalo looking to end the run from outside the arc. That doesn't go either for Afflalo.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Williams, the follow-up jam.
That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass, you're right, then assaulted the rim. Whoa! Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
Now Terry. No good there. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets lead by 13. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Here is Calderon. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Corey Brewer is out there with Terry. And it's Ariza in the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Porzingis passes to Lopez. The dish to Calderon. Houston leading by 13. Modiunas gets to Ariza. Now here's Brewer. Defense right on him.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida. Remember, won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Beasley comes in for Modiunas, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. Lopez passes to Porzingis. Lopez, no luck. Corey Brewer was the 7th pick in the 2007 draft. He's never really reached that star caliber so many had predicted.
Yeah, you know, his offense has held him back a bit. He's a bit erratic at that end of the floor. Not a great shooter. Slashes effectively well. He's most effective in transition.
Indeed.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And it's blocked. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Good D by Lopez. Knicks trail by 15. Here's Anthony. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Knicks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Calderon with it. Beasley covering. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 9 points here in the second half.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Now a timeout called by Houston. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season, playing a career-low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury...
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Back to Harden. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Well, they've also really been down in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Boy, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive. And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And that one's good.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And it's Lopez penetrating. The layup missed.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And here's Anthony from the arc. But they get it back. Porzingis passes to Lopez. And the layup falls.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
The pass to Harden. 6 to shoot. Misses from close range. Knicks trail by 13. Here's Galloway. No luck. Good D by Ariza.
And you saw how... And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Rockets.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for James Harden. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
From 13, no good. Knicks have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Puts up a 3, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his first foul. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And then for New York, Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Anthony. Pass to McDaniels. The shot is off. And New York the other way now. And here comes the break. Vujicic's shot is off. Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
You know, definitely that's the case. I mean, there hasn't been much resistance at all.
The wide open look here for Terry. The Rockets with another miss.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Calderon, that's good.
Kevin Seraphin.
19 seconds left in the game. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
And Seraphin throws it down.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Some good moment. The Rockets are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game.
Ready, gentlemen?
Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. In the last meeting for these two teams, the Spurs came away with the win against the Rockets.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Beverly in at point guard.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Leonard kicks to Duncan. And he slams it one-handed.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Aldridge. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions yet.
Here's Modiunas. Great D that time from Duncan.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And that's now 6 points for LaMarcus Aldridge. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Green. And now it's look at that jam.
Major posterization right there, guys. The defender gave him up way too much height. All he could do was try to get out of the picture.
Outside Howard.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
And Modiunas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
A different look now for San Antonio. West comes in for Duncan. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
And so it's San Antonio with it, following the three by Houston that won. Here's Harden, and that one is stuffed right through. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
Here's Aldridge. And the rebound paying off as they pick up two on the second chance bucket right there.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Boris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. Kyle Anderson comes in for Leonard. And Martin subbed in for Daniel Green. The Rockets also changing it up. Capella's checked in, and it's McDaniels in for James Harden.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And Mills kicks to Martin. And they get it back. And the basket by Diop.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
That's his first personal foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Will it go? Terry kicks to McDaniels. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Here's Anderson. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Releases. Goes back up. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. The Rockets shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
No good on the second free throw. To the middle. Off target at the rim.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one.
And now,
It's the Spurs finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Spurs. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the one spot.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And it's Harden slamming it down.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on. Clark, he had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I'm good at that. And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Martin's checked in for Manu Ginobili. To the inside. Here's Parker. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Houston foul.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
In for your Spurs.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 10 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
and you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
And, guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
Harden's shot is good. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket, for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Pass to Montejunas. And some nice passing there by Houston. And it's sent back by Aldridge. To the middle. And it's Green with the jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Montejunas. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverley. Diaw can't hit. Houston in the lead. Brewer is just to Beasley. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And it's Martin missing. Houston leading by 3. Here's Ariza. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Last game for the Spurs. They want to turn it around after the loss to Oklahoma City.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The feed now to Ginobili. With 4 seconds on the clock.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And so it's a close.
And now, your Spurs.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break and halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better. And his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
And so in the game for the Rockets. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Beverly in the point guard position. In the corner, Harden. The rebound by the Spurs. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Ariza with the buckets.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Spurs making a switch here. Martin's checked in. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Parker outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Ariza. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Green. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Green's got 6 in the quarter.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Boris Diaz checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. The Rockets with another miss.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Yeah, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here is a peek at the teams that have dominated defensively in the paint since the All-Star break. In the third spot, the Spurs.
I mean, they've got the intimidation factor down low. Their shot blocking really gives them a reputation, and teams may grow reluctant to want to force the action inside.
He doesn't get the second one. Rockets trail by 4. It's Harden with the drive. And Parker with the block. And Diaw gets it to go. The assist from Kevin Martin. Diaw's got 7 points in the game. Harden gets to Modiunas. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
That's a 2 from Martin. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Harden can't hit. Spurs lead by 4. Green passes to Parker. Duncan dishes to Martin. The pass to Diaw. That's tipped. Stolen by Harden. Here's Ariza. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Ariza's got 4 points in the quarter.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
They get it back. Harden, no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
Rockets foul.
That one is on Beasley.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Spurs leading by 5. Leonard attacking, and Green gets it to go. Green's got 10 points.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Here's Capella, guarded by Green. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Rockets have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Capella, the pass to Brewer. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Leonard, no luck. Rockets trailed by 5. Parker with the steal. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. The Rockets making a switch here. Harden's checked in. And Brewer kicks to Capella. From 10 feet out. And stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Spurs. Leonard's got the ball.
Great unspoken communication between teammates, leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
The 3 from Harden. The shot no good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Spurs out in front, up 7. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And the final period of play just about to start. San Antonio leading by 7. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. West is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Parker dishes to Aldridge. Pulls it from 20. Hits the front of the rim and out. Rockets trailed by 5. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Green. Parker against Beverly. Poked loose. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Beasley. Tony Parker grabs the miss. Spurs leading by 5. Pass to Leonard. Down low. Parker kicks to Leonard. Good D by Ariza.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Parker passes to Leonard. From the baseline. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. Kyle Anderson comes in for Leonard. Otto Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He told us, guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
And it's Harden slamming it down.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him. Signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Ginobili with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. West dishes to Anderson. The shot's good on the assist by West. Rockets trailed by 6. Beasley outside. He kicks to Beverly. Back to Beasley. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Parker kicks to Aldridge. The 9-foot shot. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. .132 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pulls up on the elbow. Offensive rebound. So it's Houston again turning it over.
They're obviously starting to lose some of their focus here, committing more and more turnovers as the game goes along. Not a good sign. They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. For Houston, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Beverly, the pass to Beasley. Hits the outside fadeaway.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
They get it back.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Aldridge's shot is good. And it's Houston's ball. They trail by 9 points. Here's Howard. That one off the back iron and out. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. It's stolen by Ariza.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
Here's Parker. To the paint. Aldridge. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Five seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Monty Eunice. Can't get it to fall. And so it's San Antonio with the win.